Good Sunday morning to you. Today is August the 2nd, 2020. I'm Reverend Nancy Jones, pastor of the Arlington Metaphysical Chapel, and I'm glad you've chosen to join us today. The title of my sermon is Living by Natural Law and the Ten Commandments. The scripture reading is from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods except me. You shall not make for yourself any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the offenses of the fathers upon their children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, and showing mercy to thousands of generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take a false oath in the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not declare him innocent who takes an oath in his name falsely. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor the sojourner who dwells in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the seas and all things that are in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and sanctified it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God gives you. You shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. Thus ends the reading of the scripture, Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17, also known as the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments are the backbone of all Christian-based religions, as well as the Jewish faith. Living lives based upon the Ten Commandments is meant to keep one on the righteous path to God. As metaphysicians, we live by natural law, which is comprised of more than 100 individual, spiritual, and physical laws, which are not included, per se, in the Ten Commandments. However, if you really study them, you will come to realize that they pretty much say the same thing. In reviewing the well over 100 different natural, spiritual, and physical laws, I've come to realize that once natural law is truly understood, it's pretty clear to see how these laws pertain to the Ten Commandments and why the commandments were written the way they were at the point in time that they were handed down. Now remember, as metaphysicians, we take the Bible seriously, but not literally. So our interpretation of the Ten Commandments can be found in our observance of natural law. Natural spiritual law can simply be defined as a basic grouping of laws to live by. We actually follow them every day without even realizing it. The gist of the two most important natural spiritual laws are, number 1, keep your word, do everything that you say you will do. And number 2, give respect to others and to yourself. Do not encroach in anyone else's space. By following these two simple laws, you actually incorporate all that is in the Ten Commandments. The first commandment says, I am the Lord thy God, and you shall have no other gods before me. We can relate this commandment to the second spiritual law of giving respect to all. By doing so, we are honoring the Creator's wishes that no one be placed before us or behind us, that we are all equal. The rich, the poor, the desolate of heart, those in power, those who follow the crowd, and even those who live under abominable circumstances. We are all created equally. What we are in life is our choice, and each of us deserves the respect of the other. By giving respect to each other, no matter our differences, we honor the Creator, and in so doing, honor the first commandment as well. If we know in our hearts that we are a spark of the Creator, then we know that we are each one with God and all that has been created. Remember, you are a co-creator with the infinite source of the universe. We all came into the physical world with an attribute termed free will. We have the ability to think and to make decisions based on our own thoughts and our own understanding. Looking further, we can see how the law of Dharma, or right action, affects us in our daily lives. Right action means to do what is right, not only for ourselves, but for the good of the whole. The law of Dharma applies to the Ten Commandments from the spiritual level because the Creator spells out the things that are important for us in order to attain true happiness. The Creator said that we should honor our parents because they are gifts given to us for nurturing care and experience, and that the following things should not be done: taking another's life, committing adultery, and theft. Also, that we should not lie or cheat in any way, shape, or form. Each of these directives are based on our ability to choose right action, and they are excellent guidance and advice. This is also oftentimes referred to as the law of truth, the comprehension of the knowledge of right thinking, acting, and living. Truth does prevail. It is the law of truth driving us ever onward toward a higher awareness and a higher understanding. This practice furthers the advancement of our conscious. We should continually strive to know the truth of all things. The law of karma, when applied to the Ten Commandments, also rings true. As you reap, so shall you sow. For every action, there is an appropriate reaction. This law governs the balance of energy within our system of morality. Its basis is the law of cause and effect. The law of karma is the universal teacher of responsibility. When this natural spiritual law is broken, we set the law of karma into motion by causing a reaction to our action. However, the law of karma also applies to the positive side of action, right action, meaning good is rewarded with good. The law of facsimiles, also known as the law of thought, teaches us that as we think, so do we manifest. Each thought that we send out into the universe reverberates a vibration that causes an action. Gentle thoughts reap kindness. Negative thoughts can only bring forth negativity. Think of the definition of the word facsimile. It means an exact copy. Thought is an incalculable energy force of the universe. It is said that thought is the cause and that the effect is the resulting action. You must be attentive to your thoughts. It takes one thought to change your world within as well as the world around you. By thought, problems are solved, creativity is enhanced, and better ways for self and all of humankind can and will result. So we learn here that anything we send out to the universe returns to us exactly. If you trust the law of facsimiles, then you would also trust that what you think is what you receive. Think positive thoughts and send love out from your heart every day, even to those you may not really feel lovingly toward, especially to those, as good positive energy will return to you. Two of my favorite quotes have to deal with this. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Create the best for yourself and for others. Every thought is a basis toward all progress or all retrogression, all success or all failure, that which is desirable or undesirable in our lives. It is the deep thinkers, the great thinkers, and the original thinkers who really move the world. Buddha says we are shaped by our thought. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves us. The law of freedom acts as a guide to help our lives run smoother. It is the power of deliberate, unlimited choice. This is a very important and a very powerful law. It makes you aware of the power that is within you. It is necessary to recognize that you are free only to the degree that you understand that there is no power outside of yourself. Once this is accepted, you have full recognition of your own power of choice in all that you do. The law of freedom opens the door. It gives you the opportunity to approach life situations in a positive manner. It grants you the pathway, which offers you the ability to change any situation if you so choose. The law of balance addresses unity, oneness with the divine. As above, so below. Every action has a reaction because there is perfect balance in our world, here on earth and in the higher planes of spirit. The law of economy teaches that in order to fulfill our highest purpose, everything we do, each move, thought, and or action must be utilized to its best advantage. We can get the most out of everything we do if we do so with an open heart and a wise eye. The key phrase here is open heart. Perhaps Mother Teresa said it best. Keep your heart pure. A pure heart is necessary to see God in each other. If you see God in each other, there is love for each other. Then there is peace. Having an open heart allows us to see the good and to do good. Again, all referenced in the Ten Commandments. The universe provides for us through experiences. Take each experience and get the most out of each one. Use your freedom of choice and free will to make the best out of every situation in which you find yourself. Make the most of everything that comes your way. You don't necessarily have to have the best of everything in order to find true fulfillment, but by allowing the law of economy to work in your life, you will have the best for you. And then there's the law of reciprocity, which originates from the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Philosophers of all times have taught the Golden Rule to the masses. Down through the ages, it has been presented over and over again. Aristotle said, we should behave to our friends as we would wish our friends to behave to us. Albert Einstein said, it is a very high goal, free and responsible development, so that he may place his powers freely and gladly in service to mankind. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, every man takes care that his neighbor does not cheat him, but the day comes when he begins to care that he does not cheat his neighbor. Then all goes well. Plato said, may I do to others as I would that they should do unto me. Socrates said, do not to others what would anger you when done to you by others. And one of my favorites, Black Elk, holy man of the Sioux Native American Indian tribe, said, all things are our relatives. What we do to everything, we do to ourselves. All is really one. All of these quotes are very much the message of the Ten Commandments. And one more natural law that I'd like to talk about today, the law of attitude, which shows us that the power of imagination rules as our state of beingness. We can cause and accept miracles through the sheer power of imagination. Imagine it, and so it is. It is all in our perception and in our attitude. Our attitude plays such an important part of our everyday life. I'm reminded of a story I read years ago about a woman who woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and noticed that she had only 3 hairs on her head. Well, she said, I think I'll braid my hair today. So she did, and she had a wonderful day. The next day, she woke up, looked in the mirror, and saw that she had only 2 hairs on her head. She said, I think I'll part my hair down the middle. So she did, and she had a good day. The next day, she woke up, looked in the mirror, and noticed that she had only 1 hair on her head. Well, she said, today I guess I'll wear my hair in a ponytail. So she did, and she had a perfectly fine day. The next day she woke up, looked in the mirror, and noticed that there wasn't a single hair on her head. Yay, she exclaimed. Thank God I don't have to worry about fixing my hair today. Talk about having a good attitude, the right attitude. Attitude is everything. It reminds us to be kinder than necessary, for everyone you meet is fighting some kind of battle. Now, I've only covered a handful of natural, spiritual, and physical laws. It would take several hours to go over all of them. But the one thing that I'd like to leave with you this morning is this. Every person has free choice, free to obey or disobey the natural laws, free to obey or disobey the 10 Commandments. Your choice determines the consequences. Nobody ever did or ever will escape the consequences of their choices. Remember that the importance is never in the challenges that come before you in life's journey. The importance is in the way in which you respond to each and every challenge. You may not know these natural spiritual laws by name, but as you can see, we all apply them in our lives every day without even knowing what they are called. To us, they are simply common sense, good common sense, and may it be so.